Folks, Massey Dave, hope you're all well. Back to another show. Sunday was yesterday, it was hot here, festival music booming across the valley. And it's been hot this morning already. Anyway, we have got back from being repaired. Oil seals done, hopefully. The orbital for the 399. Had to deal with some wheels this morning, but I won't bore you with that one because that's for my own stuff. So we're going to battle to get this thing back in that. Let the fun commence. Already cut myself. There, the plate that was on there, I'm going to, rather than put that in and bolt to the plate, I'm going to try and get the plate, which I've got one bolt in, up in there. Get that bolted in, then hopefully I can offer up the orbital to sit in that hole up there under the splines and hopefully drop a bolt down in to bolt it to the plate. That's the plan. But as you can see, there's not a lot of room, literally enough room to get my hand in, and then try to do it with the cab in the way. This is going to be fun. Well, we got it shoehorned in there. We got a couple of bits of random blocks of wood just sort of holding it somewhere near where it's got to be. There in this side here, we can look down in there. Oh look, we can now see a hole. We got to get a bolt through that with a spacer and then get it into the orbital. Don't know if you can just see the shaft poking just a way up. It's got to come a little bit more up. Fiddle. After a bit of cussing and swearing later, rejig a couple of blocks I got there, and we've managed to get one spacer and one bolt in to hold it. Oh, but that's a bit tight on the old hands, but at least there's one in there. And hopefully get another one in. Hope that's going to be somewhere close to lining up. Might have to be twisted a little bit, but if it starts, oh, that's two in. What a relief. I wasn't looking forward to putting this back in, but we've got two bolts in to hold it. And hopefully the drive shaft's engaged. It better be. Right, now we've got to clean up the other bolt, the other washer, spacer, and get it in. Finally, 4 bolts are in there. Feels as though that's engaged. And we're just starting now to get the, probably can't see it, the hydraulic lines on. Got the bottom one there. We've got the left and right ones to go. One finger job in there. Probably 2. Can't even see it. One finger job. We get a spanner on that, 19 I think it is. Tighten that one up, get the top one on. And then that's the return pipe to go on the top. I was just looking there thinking, where's that go? Where did I get that from? Then I realised I took it off of here. I was trying to get everything out, give a bit more space. So yeah, no nuts and bolts to be left over. That's where it come from. Well, we're battling away as per usual. I don't know if you can see any of this, but yeah, it is, where are we to? Literally, it's one flat of a turn. I get the spanner back on there. One flat of a turn at a time. Can't even get the thing on there now. Typical. There we go. One flat at a turn at a time. Let's turn it around the other way. And then we can get back in. So trying to hold this and do this. Engine's in the way. What's that catching it on? Under there. We've got to go round that one. Come on. There we go. Well, you get the gist of it. We're heading the right direction. It's been a right, well, not as bad as I was thinking it was going to be, but it's still bad enough. I guess I just got lucky with getting in the right place to get one bolt in. First time, second time, third time, but now you can't see. Everything's in the way. I'll finish this. So we've got everything plumbed up. Let's see if she's going to start. So it starts. Oh, we have some steering working. But I've got the pipes the right way around because it's lefty, righty, righty like. Can't see any oil dripping. Can't see any water dripping. That is a relief. Right, now we can set to and put the rest of this lot back together. Hoorah! Right, that's done and working. We can get the bonnet back on and the panels back on. And this job's then wrapped up and can be out of here. I asked them to bring the door down so I can make sure the gas strut works on it, but it hasn't turned up yet. Well, back together, job done. Been a battle. That steering oil was in there. Wouldn't rush to do it again, but at least the steering works. There's no water leaking. All the panels are back on. And it's warm already. Yes, it's cloudy, but it's muggy. We got another Equirec, little 3.5 tonner. Got an electric fridge here. Not getting cold. Code F1. The old instruction book there. It says F1, possible cause low voltage to fridge, adjust battery protection, blah 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 blah. We've just done a test on the battery, which is buried under there. And it says there's an 850 CCA. I've just done a test on it, and it says batteries added. No amps in it. It's got voltage, but no amps. So I'd say that is the possible cause of the problem. Well, I've got the mains plugged in. It wasn't charging on the mains because the plug had been disconnected over there. But yeah, I think the battery's definitely, and it says unstable battery, so I think that is definitely the problem. While we're waiting for the battery to turn up for that thing, the door was here, they buried it and hid it around the back. So we're just going to have a look at the door lock now because it doesn't want to actually lock. So we're taking the cover off. Let's see why you don't want to catch in there. We'll have to take a few bits off to get into it. Now we've got it off and in here, I can see exactly what the problem is. There's this little lever here is a bit sticky because that should go in and lock in there, but it doesn't. So it needs a bit of lubrication to free it up. So that should be quite free. There we go, that's freed it up. That's doing what it should do now. So I'll get a bit more jollop in that. So in theory that should now lock into place. It does. There we go. Just needed a bit of loving. It goes in, locks in there. Happy days, we like it when we can fix things. Right, that should now shut and open. And the gas strut we repaired, that's done up the top. And also the bit we made, need two hands here, that hopefully will go into that, and one door fixed slightly ajar for the air conditioning. Back to this air fridge, we just pulled it out of this cabinet, checked the wiring and where it goes, and obviously just one wire there. Excuse me, tracks back round it, in under there. Anyway, new batteries all right, it's good service. So let's shove this back in and pull back in the hole and reconnect the battery and, or the new battery, and see what happens. Stuff that back in there. Right, there you go. I got that back together. That's been running for about 15 minutes now, and it's not come up with the fault code F1, and temperature going down. Obviously we fixed it. I think early this morning I had to get these two wheels off because I managed to get some which are not as old as what was on there. So I just cleaned up the flanges because the inner one was an absolute arse to get off. So we can put these on and the other one there. So yeah, copper slip on the bits and pieces and then get it back together. Wheels back on. So another check of this. We had to make a bracket for it and we just plugged the mains back. You can see the mains thingy is doing the mains thingy. It is charging. Made a bracket to secure that so it don't move. That's cooling down. It's made -12 and freezer and 18 in the fridge. Good job done. Well, before I melt good and proper, I'm going to get out of here soon. I've just cleaned up those. I've put the two seals inside each of those. Obviously we've done this one, but we're going to just quickly fit the new cast sealing rings in there. We'll just double check these. It's, yeah, they do. Yeah, fits in there. Fits in there. So they're all good, they fit. So they're ready for customers. And this one, so you'll get the rings in that, and that'll be ready to go back in the housing. Well, we've got one fitted in, and we're just going to try and get the second one in. So you've got to be a bit careful with these because you don't want to crack them and break them. But they will go in with a bit of, I did use the circlip pliers just to try and prise them apart a little bit. If excuses if a dollop of sweat falls down on top of this, because I am leaking like a, there's a bit, leaking like a dripping tap at the moment. No pressure, everybody's watching me do this. Come on. You will go in there. Alright, get up over that edge. This is where I go and break one. We don't want to do that, do we? Try when you video it never goes to plan. Did it first time. Go on, you pop in there. I've gone too far on the back. That's it. It's in the groove. Right. Now you can see there's two little hooks. Now you've got to lock in to each other. You've got to try and tease one, keep one down. Get my knife in there, hook it over. That's it. He's in. Locked into place. Brilliant. Fit it back in. Locking circlip in there. You want to spread that one apart to get it in. It locks in under the bearing. Obviously, it can't come off because there's a circlip on the back of the shaft holding the bearing in. So that's just a little bit of a test here. We got nothing on that. Let's pull the valve out. That works. Yeah, here we are again, folks. It's Tuesday morning. Down here early again before it gets too hot. Hopefully not as hot today as it was yesterday, because that was a bit of a scorcher. A bit of paperwork done first thing, a few invoices sorted out. So I'm going to start a few things back on the gearbox. Not a lot, one shaft, they're still measuring it. They can get around to doing it. We've got the front cover plate here, that the clutch is mounted in. We've got the shaft because we picked that up the other day because I had to measure it up for making another one for a customer. So we've got new bearings, oil seals, spacer. So all this lot's got to be assembled into that. So we start by an oil seal, which goes on the shaft, well, like so, under there. Then we have to put the bearing in, put it in there, bearing from the other side, spacer in between the two, in there, and then an oil seal on the back. Just check the spigot bearing in the back of that, and he's, yeah, he won't turn. So we've got another one here that is nice and free turning, nice and new, ready to go back in that hole. We've got that all pushed in, squashed in, seals in on the outside. Now yes, there is a bit of a gap there, but there is another spacer collar that goes in that takes up the slack between that, and also helps to sits in the back of the pulley. So that goes in there and fills the gap on the seal like that. Right, we have the pulley there, a bit greasy because it's been sat around, so we'll give it a good clean up and then pull it apart, ready to paint it. The pulley actually comes apart, so you've got a centre space there to keep the belts apart, main hub with the splines in, then a ring. We adjust the teeth on it, so a little bit tight to get apart, but at least we can clean it up properly. And yeah, a little bit of time later in the shop glass cabinet, they've cleaned up okay. So we can get a bit of primer on the relative bits, get some grey on it, and hopefully reassemble. So, make sure the threads are clean in there. It's a 5/8 UNF thread. So just wind the tap into that. Make sure they're clean all the way down, so it's easier for the bolt to go in when we get to fitting it all. That feels all right. Nearly there. There we go, it's bottomed out. assemble this and put some tape around the teeth, hang it up to paint it. Just don't really want too much paint on where the belt's going to sit. There we go, a bit of crap in there. While we're waiting for a bit of grey paint to dry, top of the gearbox, let's give that a clean up and have a closer look at it. It's surprising what you find when you get cleaning things back. Main gear stick, it's got 2 airline cracks in it. So we'll just get the grinder and open those up and put a little bit of weld over the top. So there's not a lot of metal there anyway, but it is definitely cracked. Top of the gearbox all cleaned up, primed up, masked up on the end. Gear stick, yes, we welded up the bad bit on that one. Splits that side. So they're all primed up. So they'll be black. That'll be grey. A little bit of grey paint later. That one's done. And you've got these two painted in black. Nice and warm. It's going to dry. Right, set to clean the flywheel up. We can assemble that onto the plate. Clutch cover there, clutch plate, bolts. So let's clean this up. Set it on there, get the locking tabs and bolts in place. Then we can rebuild the rest of it. All bolted together, locking tabs on. One clutch plate going on. We'll roughly eye that up. Somewhere about there, but I have got a trusty old tool that's made up. That'll fit into that one. Nice snug fit. Just going to put it in just yet. Come on, here's a snug fit. We'll get that put on top. Drop that in, line it up, and we can bolt the whole lot together. Now, these clutch plates, I think, only go on one way because there's a locating dowel on 2 sides, and that one is slightly larger than that one. So they're in place. We've got the tool in there, sat in the spigot bearings, sat in the clutch. Now we can put the bolts in, tighten it up. That does come, when they have these refurbished, comes with little locking tabs in there to keep the pressure off of it until you bolt it down, and then you can take those out. It locks it into place. You see now, just tightening these down, they've now come loose. So that's putting the pressure onto the clutch plate. So we'll just carry on going around, just nipping them all up, doing them all the same. Until they're all tight. Doesn't take a lot. Not far away from being sitting down flush, I don't think. It's still going down. Surprising. But yeah, they'll come completely out now. Look at that. Still in the right spot. That should now come out of there, and that should be nicely lined up. Well, we've had a bit of time. We're getting these filter housings cleaned up. It's like the dirt was on it. It was like glue. So they're looking a lot cleaner and tidier than they were. Obviously, I ain't going to try and get those out because they are buggers. I don't want to risk breaking the aluminium housing. So cleaned up. That's good enough for that. Yeah, reassembling this bit. It's dry enough to handle. We painted that bit, that's on there, bolted on. We've got the circlip, the keyways in there. Let's go and get the high and low lever, which goes on first. Pinch bolt, ready. Another circlip, then we put the first, second, third reverse on that one. That's all assembled now. Gear levers back on. All looking tidy. Just going to file that out the way. Actually, no, I'll leave the union for now. But yeah, that's another bit done. Little job done. That's the adapter plate that goes in the flywheel to take the drive coupling that then joins to that bit. Cleaned up, primed and painted. Oh, it's warmed up again in here. Anyway, thank you for watching. Click the old like and subscribe, give us a thumbs up, drop me a comment. I'll endeavour to get back to you. I just desperately need that one shaft back for that gearbox, which I did chase it today. They're measuring it up because they need to measure it in case I need to have one made. So on that note, I'm going to go home. So again, thanks for watching. Click the old like, subscribe, drop us a comment. We'll see you next time. Catch you later.